going on, all my gamers, all my, how do I say this, love and deep space gamers, or as I like to call it, love and deep strokes, love and deep dicks. Man, I don't know how I'm going to go over this, but here we go. So, of course, chat, how do all these problems in the gacha games start? Well, Tectone made a tweet. No, I love Tectone. But, Tectone made this tweet. It says, a message to every woman, a Gooner game isn't just over-sexualized game. It's a game that attempts to farm parasocials to feel like a video game character cares and understands you more than those in real life. So yes, lads, adding a period tracker feature is for Gooners. Shut up and with y'all acting like y'all different. So chat, if you guys don't really know, I wish I didn't know. In fact, I wish I can go back, never go on Twitter, and never know the fact that, in fact, they are adding a period tracker to Love and Deepspace. I think this is confirmed, and I believe they have screenshots of this feature. I don't know how to feel about this. I will say this. So far, Love and Deepspace has not made a wrong move. All I'm saying is that if your game makes this much money, you're probably doing something right. That's all I'm saying, bro. But there was an interesting interaction, as you can see down here. We'll come back to Tectone a little bit later. I want to read some of the quote retweets of that. I don't know where this started, where I started going on Twitter to farm this for whatever. But you know what? I'm all about farming, chat. We out here grinding. So what I really wanted to talk about first, and where I really wanted to get into the hypocrisy of this and how they're treating this like, oh, it's not a Gooner game. These characters are like, I don't know. I think I've seen someone where some of them are tied up, they're shirtless and stuff like that. I really want to get into talking about that, just because, in Zenless Zone Zero, when there is a rat girl taking her shoes off and putting her feet in your face, doesn't really mean it's any less Gooner than something like, say, Love and Deepspace. And I don't know where this happened on Twitter. Maybe it's just because people wanted to go against Tectone. People love to do that. If you wanted to get your point across, people, if you could be the most correct person in the world, and as long as your name is Tectone, people are not going to agree with you. It doesn't matter. You could say the sky is blue, and people are like, well, Tectone said it, so. But anyways, I don't want to get into all that. What I really want to talk about is Captain Cabinets, bro. These people really went after her, and it might have started with her tweet over here. It says, I'd go as far to say as it doesn't just feed Gooners, but straight up degenerate behaviors. They want you not to exist functionally in a society. And I don't know if I would go that far, but, I don't play Love and Deepspace. As a surprise as it might be to you guys, I'm not logging in and trying to min-max I don't even know any of the characters. Silas? I think Silas is one of their names. I only remember that because it's the name of a League character. God, I hate that game. Anyways, so I'm not on there min-maxing my Silas, right? Love and Deepspace is not my game, but I trust Captain Cabinets. She made Love and Deepspace content. Anyways, I wanted to go over these tweets. I really wish they didn't delete this, chat, because when I tell you that this person was a little wild, someone tweeted, do you think we should go on Love and Deepspace so we can figure out how to act like a man and how to treat women better? The person who originally typed this said, yes, unironically, I think you do. Brother, I don't know. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be honest. I don't feel like tying someone up is completely legal, chat. Hey, I could be wrong. Let me know in the comment section down below. Anyways, so I wanted to go here and read what Cap said about that. It said, if you think lads is a perfect depiction of how a man should treat you, I'm sorry, but you are delusional, and you will never find real satisfying love. It's absurdly a Gooner game, and denying the fact is borderline crazy. Here's where I'm not exactly understanding where people are getting like this idea. I don't know where people seem to get the idea that it's like, oh, you guys are the Gooners, the people who play Love and Deepspace. It is only you guys. No. If anything, someone like me who plays, Zenless Zone Zero, I play Nikkei, I play Snowbreak Containment Zone. I'm really looking into, Brown Dust 2. I'm never gonna judge you for what you like. In fact, I'm more like, hey, you goon to your game, we're gooning to my game. Chat gooning will keep us not healthy. I shouldn't say healthy, but keep us sane. They'll keep us something. A lot of the guys show extremely toxic, problematic traits that aren't healthy in a normal relationship. Wanting your fantasy to be real only leads to problems and should honestly be a reason why you're chronically single. And I want to come into this next one. Can we talk about the real red flag here? Is the women obsessed with virtual gotcha boyfriends to the point that they'd rather be chronically alone and live in their own delusional fantasies? Chat, I feel like Love and Deepspace would probably be a lot worse for society than the other Gooner games, because I cannot tell you. So if I had a nickel for every time I've been told if I didn't have my significant other, I would just spend all my time on Love and Deepspace. And in fact, I would never get a real boyfriend. I would play Love and Deepspace only. That's how I would get that. I would have 2 nickels. It's not a lot. I don't have a lot of friends, basically. But, it's something wild. I have never been like, Rappy is all I need. Caesar King. Okay, I have said Caesar King is my wife. And I said the same with Faye Xiao. But the thing is, I don't know where people have gotten this idea that they're being singled out. Chat, we're all like this. Anyways, let's move on to the next one. Right here, I think this is Silas. I don't know. Women obsessed with their virtual gotcha husbandos are far more delusional than men obsessed with their waifus. Well, I'm glad you made me feel a little better. I'm not sorry, your husbando's not real. Wait, what? Silas is the perfect man? Yeah, getting kidnapped for the first day is the best way to meet your future husband. I wish I met my, you know what? No, okay, we're not gonna make that meme, okay? We're not gonna make that meme, but, Cap is really spitting facts here. She's not really saying anything that I would find too out of line. Now, in my opinion, for me, I would say that we're all equal in gooning. I don't think women are any worse than men, but, I'm just saying I've heard some wild stuff from this game. And there are people who were in the quote retweets that I want to read here. They said, didn't men kill cats over their waifus in CN? No, that's a different thing. It's because people hate the Wanderer. I'm finding this out on Xiaohongshu. They still really hate the Wanderer. They're not a fan of Scaramouche over there. That's where that came from. Women obsessed with their virtual gotcha bandos are more delusional than men obsessed with their waifus, and they're showing, something that happened in CN with the whole bunny girl backlash in Honkai Impact 3rd. And here's the one that I wanted to read because I wanted to get more into this one. I hate pick-me as much as I hate pick-me's as much as I hate men. This is such a misogynist take. Is it? I don't think so. Men threw tantrums when ZZZ censored characters when zooming in on them, accusing the game of money baiting. They were ready to quit over it because, of course, it's always women that are crazy for some reason. Well, that's just a big censor thing that we kind of didn't really expect for that game because it is a more mature take on, the gacha games. It is Hoyoverse's more mature game. It is a little bit more wacky. It is a little bit more over the top. But, as they have told me, hey, this is what I've heard from CN. They told me that this game has looked more as old core is what they said. It is more of a nostalgic game. So, this game will have a little bit more of an older audience. So, yeah, if you're going to start censoring this game and start treating it like a game that isn't an adult game, people are going to be pretty upset about that. That's just what I think. The difference is that women find comfort in men characters while men only see female characters as sex symbols and someone they can sexualize without consequences. I actually take offense to that because, I don't have Caesar King as my phone background because I want to sexualize her. That is just a woman that I love. I love her character. I love what she stands for. I would love a woman like her. It's not just, I could see her huge titties. I mean, they're nice, but that's not what I like her, bro. Like I said, we're all gooners here. I don't know why we try to make the distinction between men and women in the level of gooning. And we see here Cap gave a response, both male and female gooners are cringe. What's new? Which, of course, 100%. This is my take on the whole thing. We're all cringe in how we goon. I don't think you having a period tracker or you thinking that this man's gonna come to life and take you away is any less cringe than me, having, let's say, Fei Xiao and, looking at cosplayers and being like, man, she's real to me. I mean, it is a lot more delusional, but hey, we're all outing each other out here. I think Lads is a great gotcha for the girlies. Silas is my favorite husbando. I've made it very clear. It's not cool suggesting that men should act like your fantasy husbando. That's the direct way to treat women. This is not okay. It's dangerous and unhealthy. I love when these people use the term pick me to completely minimize this kind of discussion, and I think that's totally right. I think there's one thing, right? To have a fantasy of your favorite character, I think it's totally fine. To say that you wish you met someone like this in real life is totally fine. If you're like, I wish you would kidnap me, especially if you don't know how comfortable that person is and it's just someone you just met, that's kind of weird. You're not really gonna find that. If you break up with your boyfriend because he doesn't really, how do you say this? If he doesn't really live up to the expectation of your fantasy husbando, that's kind of weird. No one's really gonna look like Red Hood IRL, so I'm not gonna be like, oh, well, a girl doesn't look like Red Hood, why would I be with her? It's just, there's a level of delusion that I see on Twitter, and of course it's on Twitter. I'm not really shocked, I see how the Genshin Twitter community is, I see all the Wuthering Waves Twitter community. If it's on Twitter, it's probably going to be a little delusional. And, that it's fine for me because, hey, it's content for me. But I just like to preach the fact that, we're all gooners equally. There's no reason to think that your gooner is weirder than my gooning. We're all the same. At the end of the day, these are all predatory companies that are just taking our money and are more than happy to take any kind of cash that we give them. Whether it puts us in a debt, whether we have to sell off our cat, it doesn't really matter. These games are just doing this to steal your money and build a parasocial relationship with you. And honestly, if you have seen the numbers in China for this game, it definitely works. I'm just saying that Love and Deepspace has been #1 for a few months. It has nothing to do with the West. I think the West alone maybe gives it about 1 million. The rest of the 50 million, that comes from CN. So I'm just saying, this game is very popular for a reason. It might be, in my opinion, it's just taking advantage of lonely women. But hey, any lonely women in China, your boy's single. So I guess we can look at some of the responses that they give to Tectone. We didn't show a lot of love for Techie this one, but I kind of want to see what people are saying about Tex. Let's see. A message to every woman. That's him. Yep, totally. Your wife left you and you have SA allegations against you. I don't think you should be addressing women. Wow, that's crazy. Do you have any proof that they're real? Or are you just like throwing them out just for the fun of it? Ha ha ha. Gooning time. Hey, you're real for that one. I ain't judging you. You real for that one. I got you. And these are just people showing, the word gooner understands you more than those in real life, and you just prove that a bunch of pixels are indeed more understanding than men like you. Yeah, that's totally not made by the company to get you to spend more money. No, it's totally because they care about you. These pixels care about you, chat. These loving deep dick men, they have your best interests at heart. They're not really here to take all your money. Anyways, chat, that's all. I'm assuming that it gets so much worse. I don't want to scroll down more, This video is I don't want to get this video flagged or anything from something that other people say. Anyways, chat, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Comment, like, subscribe, and I will catch you gamers in the next one. Bye.